Welcome back to Build Your Own Dinosaur. So this is video 6. In the first 5 parts, we started building the vertebrae and the armature and putting it all together. And she just does that, it's a thing. And today we're going to continue to print the skull and also start making these feet. And let's see what that looks like. Welcome back to Extreme 3D Printing on Dave's Post-Apocalyptic World. Today we're working on the feet or the legs, and this took about 40 different prints for each leg on the 8 Ender 3 Pros. And what's neat about printing this way is that I print all night, and in the morning it's like Christmas because you've got a new dinosaur part that you can now put together. And this started out as a kind of a small project with just working from the tail on. But it's working out so well that we're gonna try to do the whole thing. So it's starting to gain some traction on Facebook and YouTube. So if you like, please like and subscribe. So when these come off the printer, they're of shape, but they're kind of flimsy. If you stretch them or pull them, the mesh might pull apart. This is why each piece gets reinforced with the 3D pen, kind of like going this way, and this gives it a very strong backbone, if you will. And same thing with all these creases here between the printed parts, they get their own connection. And this is strong, it's like a weld, and nothing's taking it apart, so we can actually handle these. And also you'll need more structure later on when we go to spray them with joint compound. So as promised, I'll show you also how the skull was 3D printed and put together. Originally, I was going to do the skull separately with paper mache and a wire frame, but this works out so well that I figured let's 3D print it also. And the top of the skull alone was about 120 different parts of these. And so that's why I have 8 3D printers working 24/7. So I can do about 3 prints per day, including at night, for a total of about 24 prints per day, 24 puzzle pieces, and the next day I'll put them together and try to keep up with the printers. And so the skull and these legs, they can be done in just a few days, whereby if they were being printed conventionally or traditionally, it would take months and years. It wouldn't even be viable. This is why this is kind of new, and I think it might open up a door for a lot of people to try their own different dinosaurs or mega structures using 3D printing, using PLA actually, which is very inexpensive. So each one of these parts, for example, if you divide the cost of the PLA spool, which is about $20 for 2.2 pounds or 1 kilogram. And so you figure one leg might be 1 kilogram, so that's 20 bucks. Or the skull is 6.6 pounds or $60. And so it's a pretty viable thing to do. I've had people also ask, like, where do you get the file for this? Where's the information from the computer? And so I'll show you right here. Basically, you go to Thingiverse and download a dinosaur. This is actually a compilation of multiple dinosaur parts that I put together. And then using Fusion 360, which is a free program, you have to learn to manipulate and scale and move it around, which you then slice up in small parts by hand and then import it into a slicer program, and I'm showing some video here, to ultimately tell the printer what piece to print each time. Okay, so next we're gonna go spray some joint compound onto the skull and the jaw right now. Well, that's about it for today's episode. Thanks for joining me on Dave's Post-Apocalyptic World. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. Am I showing too much of one thing or not enough of another? And next time we'll begin to build the big leg bones and also continue to spray our jaw and skull and legs. And we'll see you next time on Dave's Post-Apocalyptic World.